Hello viewers and welcome to Learn with JGO. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to prepare adequately for your WASSCE examinations. You will also get to know in this video some of the tricks you can apply in order to pass your WASSCE examinations. I entreat you to subscribe to this channel and perhaps give us a thumbs up if after watching the video you find it informative. Passing the WASSCE examination is the final hurdle high school students must overcome in order to progress to the next stage of the educational ladder. Most students who make the best of grades in this examination put in tremendous amount of work in achieving this feat. It can be very easy to pass if you give your all, and can also prove to be a hell of a daunting task if you are not fully committed. Passing your WASSCE examination requires that 1. You are serious with your academics. 2. You are fully committed to the challenge of passing your WAEC examinations. 3. You are aware of the importance of these exams. And 4. You are willing to give in every ounce of energy you have to passing these exams. Knowing this gives you focus and direction in your quest to passing the final exams. These alone are not enough. As a student, if you really want to pass your exams, you must put into practice the following tips. Tip number 1. Start your preparation early. Oftentimes, students always think about the WASSCE examinations only when they get to their final years. They forget that they are being promoted from a lower class to a higher class in the senior high school as a sign that they are inching ever closer to getting ready for the final exams. It is therefore important that you begin preparations very early. You must not be discouraged if you are in your final year with a few months to write this exam. It is never too late or too early to prepare for a final exam. Adopting a good learning strategy is one way of helping you overcome this task. This enables you know what to learn. It also enables you to acquaint yourself with the easiest ways of learning certain topics in some subjects, as well as recalling the very stuff that you've learned. It is never easy passing your WAEC exams if you prepare very late. Even if you do pass, you will most likely suffer from brain fatigue due to too much accumulation of stress within a short period of time. Historically, quite an appreciable number of students who prepare for WASSCE at late hours pass their exams with flying colors. If you really are determined to pass your WASSCE exams, it will do you a lot of good to take no risks and prepare very early and well. Tip number 2. Make a plan. Getting a plan is something most students neglect when preparing for their final exams. A plan is key to coordinating all your learning activities as far as WASSCE is concerned. It serves as your guide in making important academic decisions and also keeps you focused on achieving the set targets in your plan. In making a good plan, ensure that time is allocated equitably to learning all the various subjects of study and to every other activity that is necessary in facilitating your sound studies. Get a flexible timetable that is all-inclusive. That is, a timetable that captures all the subjects that you offer. If you are used to giving so much attention to your favorite subjects at the expense of the others, now is the right time for you to break that imbalance. Your plan may include who you spend time with and how much of the time you spend every day. A flexible timetable will give you the space to spend quality time on other activities, but make sure that majority of your time is spent on your books. Tip number 3. Know the WAEC syllabus for every subject and study recommended WASSCE textbooks. To pass WASSCE, you don't need to learn everything and anything you come across. In fact, learning a lot of stuff may in the long run be at your disadvantage. This is because you are likely to learn irrelevant stuff or forget a lot of the stuff that you've learned, whereas it could have been so much easier to reduce your workload by just reading recommended and up-to-date textbooks. The WAEC syllabus is not static, it keeps changing over time. You therefore need to be aware of only the topics that are relevant to WAEC and study them effectively. Over the years, a lot of topics have been scraped off the WAEC syllabus of various subjects than a lot has been added. You'll be saving yourself a good amount of time by learning only the relevant topics of a subject and dedicating the available time to other subjects. In studying recommended textbooks, students must also develop a good approach in learning them effectively. This is by ensuring that you solve most examples and exercises in the textbook. Doing this tests your level of understanding of each topic you study. Tip number 4. Solve a lot of past questions. As far as WASSCE is concerned, solving past questions is essential if you really want to pass your exams. If you give a blind eye to past questions in your preparation for your final exams, be sure to find your exam papers unkind to you. Getting yourself acquainted with the past questions enables you to understand the exam structure. Knowing the structure of each subject paper enables you to determine how much time you should allocate to answering each question on a paper. There is no better avenue in self-assessment than the use of past questions. You are most likely going to see repeated past questions in your exams if you solve past questions frequently. You would have to pay keen attention to your final exams to ensure you become one of the lucky students to realize the repetition of some past questions. Most of the times, the format and concept of the questions remain the same. However, their form may change. It is up to you to apply your past question solving techniques in dealing with such questions. Tip number 5. Do not be overcomplacent. Complacency is something you shouldn't let creep into your mind. Oftentimes, students who have had a good track record in some subjects take them for granted and tend to give less attention to them when preparing for their WASSCE examinations. They have a feeling that because they did pretty well in those subjects in the internal exams, they will as well just manage and get on easily with the same subjects in the WASSCE exams. That is a wrong move. It is dangerous to have this mentality prior to your WASSCE exams, as you may be shocked to see the nature of questions presented to you on the final day. If you felt you did well in a particular subject, you may find a surprise in your result due to being complacent. To avoid all these, you should and must give all subjects equal attention. Solve more questions from the various subjects and follow your teachers or friends who are academically good for answers and more enlightenment. Form effective study groups and be present at all times to learn new things and take home brilliant opinions from your peers as well. You may not see its essence at the beginning, but it will definitely pay off in your final exams. Tip number 6. Rest. Passing WASSCE requires a huge investment in effort, dedication and will. Aside all these, you need rest. Rest in your thoughts, rest in your mind, and rest in your entire body. By rest, I mean freeing yourself from doing too much of something. No student likes failure. Some who haven't had good academical records during their stay in senior high may begin to feel anxious about writing the final exam. The fear of failure creeps into their minds at the very crucial moment for preparation. I say, rest your thoughts. Let go of all the worries and instead, focus on helping yourself out by being more serious on your books. Surround yourself with good peers who only emit positive vibes. The environment you find yourself in may be a contributing factor to your fear of failure. Change it. Rest your mind. Too much of everything they say is bad. Take breaks if you are one who studies a lot. You should program yourself to learn to cover as much topics as possible when preparing for WASSCE. But in a case when you are unable to comprehend what you learned due to fatigue, take a break. Rest your mind. Don't force it. It is okay to entertain yourself during this period. Do not struggle for perfection in the quest to passing your WASSCE exams. Instead, have a good plan and develop brilliant learning strategies to prepare adequately well for your exam. At this point, we bring our video to a close. I hope you found this information useful. Kindly like it if you did and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.